What about that? Holy crap. Can you believe that crappie? It's a good one right there. And they are just fattening up.
Two sticks.
That's a dandy right there, son. That is a dandy. Transition crappie. Isn't that what we're after today, Jeff?
Yes, sir. Transition this fall pattern.
From summer to fall. A lot of times you boys have a little trouble with that that time of year, but today we're on the G3 Sportsman. We're going to show you how to catch these crappie during the transition. That's a dandy right there.
Yes, sir.
Stick with us. There's going to be more of them right there when we come back. Man, I'm going to get in here and try to get one out of your hole now, brother.
I'll put you one right back in there.
Today on the G3 Sportsman, we're here at Bucksall Resort here on Truman Lake. And we're right into a transition period right here between summer and fall. And so we're going to chase after crappie. We've got our good buddy right here, Team G3's Jeff Falkenberry, and his nice big 1966 G3 is his guide boat here. And he's going to go over a few things on what to look for in that transition period for the crappie from summer into fall. We're going to show and highlight a few new products that we've got. We're going to catch some nice crappie, and it's a good cool morning. Come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. You may even learn something today. So just jump in the boat with us. We're going to head down the lake, and when you see us again, we're going to be on our first spot, catching some nice crappie today. Well, we've made it. A little chilly boat ride. This is really our first real good cold snap that we've had. And temperature this morning was about 39. It'll get up in the 60s today, but it's a little chilly this morning. So Jeff, we looks like we're in about 17, 18 foot of water. And you say these crappie are in a transition period right now. So tell people what you're talking about right there.
Well, they're going to start moving back in these creeks. This water temperature's fallen pretty drastically. And, you know, here we are in October, and these fish are going to start moving back to the creeks. The bait fish are going to follow. You know, as the water cools down on the main lake, it's going to stay warmer, obviously, inside your creeks. So the bait fish are going to start moving back here, and these fish are going to start basically fattening up for winter.
So that's what we've got. You see what we've got right here is Truman is just full of these pole timber and stumps and hedge trees and cedars and whatnot. And it's ideal fishing for these crappie this time of year around these. Like this one?
Yep, just about like that one.
Like this one here. Oh, he kind of a little turd, but got the stink out of the boat. Got the stink out of the boat, little white crappie. Yeah. What you got? Hey, buddy. What about that crappie? Huh? That's not a bad crappie.
That's a good one. If I can get a hold of him.
Yeah, boy, look how white. I mean, just as white. Now, what's got these fish on these stumps, Jeff?
There's a ditch that runs right through the center of this, just kind of parts these trees. And it drops off 7 or 8 feet. It's kind of drastic. And these fish are just right up on top of that ledge. This black stump fence row runs right down through here, and they're just right up on top of that ledge. These fish are gonna start eating. Like you said, that fish right there was awful white.
Yeah.
And you know, when you see a fish like that, he's come out of deeper water, deeper, dirtier water.
Mm-hmm. We're using these 12-foot. These are the C-Series Berkeley Crappie Pro rods, and gives us the flexibility to back off these stumps to where we can kind of maneuver our baits in there and just kind of, as Jeff would call, dip it. Just dip them in right around the stumps.
What I do, what boat I got.
What you got there, brother? That's a dandy. Well, you can't hang on to a fish for nothing, can you?
Not today, I can't.
That was out of the old cluster of trees here, wasn't it?
Nice black crappie, really nice black crappie. They're getting thick. across the back.
I had one hit Eric in the camera just then. Yeah, they are. They're really fattening up, ain't they?
Putting their shoulders on.
I had another one right there too.
I'm gonna get this in the water and get back by that stump.
I know. I sat there and missed two. I hit Eric in the camera. This is kind of a fun. It's slow and easy, and the presentation's slow, but
Very slow. You know, when the water starts cooling down and they get a little bit lethargic, and you know everything's trying to catch up. Their metabolism's slowing down just a little bit. You know, typically on this lake, I'm a fast-paced fisherman. But right now, you're just being very slow, very methodical.
And it's a good thump, though, when they hit it.
Oh, sure. I saw that one.
Now, why is it
Little dinker.
that I'm catching this size? Are you just that superior?
Far from that.
Man, I can't even hold that dude up to the camera lens and make him look big.
That light, super light tip. There's good.
That is a good one there, Jeff. Man, I'll tell you, you thumped it now. I mean, thumped it. You actually brought that in your boat yourself. It didn't
Nice black crappie.
didn't fall off. There you go. Yeah. Well, you know they've been deep when those black crappie are that white.
One thing that I can't really live without out here is obviously good grass. Garmin's got this EchoMap 70S. Right now you can see that the regular navigation screen is pretty much like Google Maps almost. I mean, you can zoom way in on some of this stuff. You can see these little feeder creeks coming into the back of the coves. But some of the extra features are the Mariner's Eye 3D, the Perspective 3D, and the Fisheye 3D, and these things are just absolutely awesome. And I'm gonna pull over here to this channel a little bit, and this will drop off into that channel. What that does is, just like the crappie we caught today, I can find those creek channels, and it's not gonna show me the trees, but if I get on that creek channel back in some of these coves in this fall pattern where these crappie are now, the trees on the upper ledge of that creek channel. It's almost like you're standing on the bottom of the lake. I'm gonna back out here and give you another. This is the Mariner's 3D version. You see we're still sitting in the main channel, obviously, right here. It goes up here, makes a sharp bend to the right. But you can see the dark lines around the extra humps that are out here that a guy wouldn't know was here unless he spent a lot of time just idling around. And you can cut that time in half. This is what they call a perspective 3D view. There's a lot of old road beds, a lot of old ditches, fence lines, and that all is good summertime fishing stuff. But you can see all these little circles here are high spots. This is the main channel where you can see the boat right there. The main channel comes down, makes a hard bend to the right. There's a hump right there, a hump right there. If you really wanted to zoom in on that sort of stuff, you could zoom in, get right on that line of the outside of that hump. Sometimes a little drop off, maybe holding what the fish you're after. This stuff right here has made my life as a guide a lot easier. It's just made it a lot easier to find fish, and you know, essentially it made it a lot easier to catch fish. I got one now.
Well, look, now see, now that's just not right. I sat there and pulled that little dink owl there, and then you pull out another nice little black crappie.
Oh yeah.
Boy, you talk about a perfect size to eat. And what are we doing?
Throwing them back.
Chugging them back. I'll catch grief from all them boys at crappie.com saying, man, you boys are catching them good eating crappie and letting them go.
You can catch one off that stump, huh?
He wasn't home for me. Here he was. Oh, shoot. He was there briefly.
for a minute. Here, I'll get him for you. Come on in here.
That just aggravates me.
Come on in here.
I'm sitting there
Look
and
at
he
that.
just hammered me. I miss him. You go in and catch my crappie.
Ain't bad. A lot of fun. Here's speckle bellies.
Yeah.
Migration has started.
It sure has. There they are. Yes, they are. Oh man, look at here.
Another nice eating black.
That one's migrating its way into the boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
All kind of stuff happening this time of year. It's just a good time of year. My favorite time.
Crappie fishing here at Truman, it can pretty much go year round. This lake doesn't freeze up tight very often. Fish in the winter time, you can fish just like we did today with the fall fishing. Early spring is very good. We spider rig a lot early in the spring, 2-pole troll. The summertime, the dip and bite gets on like what we were doing today, shallow water dipping. The crappie here, you know, we're not known as the home of the 3-pounder like Grenada. You can catch some real nice pound and a quarter, pound and a half. You know, we have caught a few 2-pound fish out of here. But that 10 to 13 inches, we'll put our numbers up against anybody, guaranteed.
Get another one out of there. Looky there, son. You know, I'm starting to get a complex here, Jeff. That's a dandy right there.
Sure it is. Sure is. Nice white crappie.
Boy, that's another good eating size right there.
I'm still waiting on that blast. Bam. Sometimes just about the time you give up. Just about the time you give up, you catch a good eating size crappie.
Good eating size crappie. You betcha.
Just a nice eater.
You're putting the old Bill Fondren front end in me here.
You know, these Berkley C-Series rods, the fad over the last, you know, the popularity of long rod fishing, 10, 11, 12-foot fishing poles in the last 10 years has just exploded. You know, used to, a lot of guys using 5-foot, 6-foot ultralights, real light line.
Yep.
Now we're fishing 12-foot rods with 15-pound braid. And it's hard to front end a guy anymore with everybody's packing a 12-foot rod.
You're doing a good job. This Berkley C-Series Crappie Pro rod, these are 12-foot, extremely light. It's got just a solid carbon fiber tip on it that are real sensitive. And it was really nice in there when we were dipping around these stumps or whatnot. When you've got a lightweight rod with a sensitive tip, I'll tell you what, you can fish all day and not wear yourself out. And the line we were using is Nanofill, and I know that that's really, you think, well, that's not a real new product, but what Nanofill has come out with now is in colors, and this is in that high-vis green. But right now, they've come in different pound test sizes now. This is a 17. We were using 12. The 12 pound, I think, is like an 8/1000th diameter. So, I mean, it's really small, but it's also strong enough to where you're getting crappie out of hedge trees or bushes. You can get him out of there. And something else that we were using, we just started trying out, was the new Gulp jig heads. And these are in the 16th ounce. We were using an 8th. And they've got some of the sharpest hooks that you can get anywhere. And there's different size heads on here. I've got a few right here that are in this box that you guys can see, and they are just really, really nice. They come in packs and 3s and 4s, and there's just an ensemble of different colors and different weights, different sizes, whether you want a swim jig or a bottom bouncing jig. These little Gulp jig heads right here are just really nice, and I think you'll enjoy them. You got one? Boy, I'll tell you what. I don't remember the last time I've took a butt whooping like this.
It's a really nice black crappie.
That is a dandy. I mean, that's a good one right there. And they are just fattening up. Just fat as a butterball.
Yep.
Man, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. You know, something else, you know, Jeff, as far as I know, you guide over here all the time. People just, they come in here, they come to Bucksall, they jump in the boat with you. They just assume you always know where the fish are. You know, but it takes a lot of work in keeping up with these fish, doesn't it?
Oh, sure. You know, it almost changes daily sometimes, you know? I mean.
And how do you stay on top of that? I mean, from the, you know, the summer months, winter months, and all that, just to know where these crappie are. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, of course, a lot of time on the waters is probably number one, you know, but what I do is I just try to factor all the elements, water temperature, you know, whether it's cloudy, whether it's sunny, what the watercolor looks like. I take all those elements in account and just try to do what you know and stay slow and methodical, pick it apart. When you find some sort of pattern, stay with it.
What about that one?
Just about like that one. You know, you can come down for a weekend. We're just an hour south of Kansas City. You can come down, bring the family, spend the whole weekend, do a little fishing, and everybody's happy that way. There's something for the wife and kids to do. If they don't want to fish, there's all kinds of things to do around here. It's kind of a young lake, come in about the late 70s, early 80s, and that's about when I came in. So we've grown up together, and it's a good place to call home.
Oh man, I tell you what.
Look at you go.
You know, it takes
You're on fire.
a lot more accuracy.
You're on fire.
Not just anybody can
No.
catch them fish that size. You know, and sometimes they want it jigging just a little bit, and then sometimes
Well, you seen how
you can't hold it still enough.
Yeah, you seen how I just did that. I'll drop it in there and
Yep, just like that. Holy crap. Can you believe that crappie? Goodness gracious.
Now that right there, sir.
And that's what I was saying. We were just talking. Some of them, they want it jigged, and other, you held it dead still.
Dead still. I call it dead sticking it. That's what you come to Truman Lake for right there.
That is. That right there, boys. That's what you come there. I mean, there's big crappie all over the place, but that one, you know, that's what you can hope for here at Truman Lake. You know, come out here in this transition period, you know, and getting between summer and fall, and then the other transition periods between wintertime and springtime.
Right.
Transition fish are some of the most fun fishing that you can do. And get over here and get with Jeff sometime out of Bucksall over here at Truman Lake. Get you some of these old big crappie right here about any time of the year. Have a great time. Fish with him. He's a lot of fun. He'll put a thumping on you if you let him. But nonetheless, it was a great time over here. That's a big fish right there, Jeff. That's a perfect time to end the show. We may still fish, but just remember, we'll be out there somewhere next week doing something right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. Good fish, buddy.
Thank you.
Can you put him on my hook so I can catch him?
Well, looky there. I was really giving you a chance. Fishing with no bait.
Having a heck of a time figuring out where this one's hooked. I didn't tell you to shut my thumb up in the truck door, did I? Did I? Lord have mercy. What is the deal? Of course, now I don't know, it'd take 4 fish today to get to 16-inch crappie the way I'm catching these little ones.